Alright, welcome everybody. We're gonna play some Timberborn today. New update just came out. It's 1 point, well, this is gonna be 2.8.1. So we have to start a new game. So we're gonna say new game. We're gonna be Folktales. We don't have Iron Teeth yet, so Folktales it is. I don't even know which one to do. I'm not exactly sure what all these entail. So let's just, I don't know, pick one. Let's just say, I don't, waterfalls sound cool. We're just gonna go normal mode, just cause why not? No need to get anything too exciting here. See, something like this would be really cool. Having one chunk here, and just some middle stuff. So, if you haven't played Timberborn before, you are a group of beavers. It's pretty much a survival colonist type of game, right? You have to feed the people, you have to water the people, you have to house the people, and you have to give them jobs. What should we name this? Logic Gate. Sure. Alright, so Logic Gate is going to be our first. We're going to hold a pause here. Logic Gate's our first little district. That's what they call them here. So there's a couple things we have on the map. We have some wood, we have some berries, we have this green area, and then we have this brown area where you can see things have died off and not great times. Let me just put it that way. So, ooh, this is a very small map. Okay, I kind of like it though. So it looks like, so this river here is our only source of water currently. So it starts here. This is the edge of our map. This is at the start of our river. It comes all the way down here, winds through this way, and comes down over here. Now, because we're beavers, we can do things like swim in water. We can do things like chop wood really easy, and all sorts of things. And it looks like there's a small blockage here. There's a barrier here, so we could release this and get some more water back into here if we needed to. And later on, there's some different tech where we have metal, and there's some metal there. There's underground ruins here for some underground metal. Here's some metal here. And if we were to expand this river out into this area, the green would come with it, right? So the green is kind of fertile, it's irrigated. So that's kind of what we want. Now, one notable thing about this game is that we have this timer up here. You can see where it has clouds, and it's blue, and it's rainy, and it's happy. It gets rid of that. So what ends up happening is there becomes a drought period, and that drought period can last, for the first little chunk, it gets longer and longer and longer, and you have to store more and more water. And at first it only happens for like a couple days, and then it gets longer, and it can go up to a week, and I think I've only seen it up to like 5 to 7 days. But I haven't really gotten end game in this game yet. So what we have to do is we have to take, so what happens in the drought is this river completely dries up. Water stops flowing from the water sources, completely dries up the river, and you have to be able to survive with whatever you have in store. So that being said, we're going to do some basic survival stuff. We are going to allow cutting trees in this area and over here in this area, because we're going to need some wood kind of right off the bat. We're not going to plant any crops yet, but we are going to say we're going to gather some crops, and it's kind of going to be, you see that it has kind of like a proximity, so like the greenish, teal, bluish ring around it, it's kind of like where they're going to look for food, or where they're going to look to gather crops. So we're just going to set this right here. Actually, I set that the wrong way, so I'm actually going to delete that. Yes, and I'm going to set it the correct way by rotating with R. There we go. Bam. And we're going to have some paths. So this is the path structure. You come here. Everything has to be connected to a district, or they can't really find it. It's very hard for them to figure out what to do. Alright, we're going to kind of set some paths like this. This will give us a general idea of what's going to happen. Other thing we need a water pump, because we need to be able to pump water, because apparently we can't just go and scoop it out with our hands. The arrow is where the building connects to like a path. So we set that on the outside. Kind of do one of these dudes. And then, let's see. Food, we need some wood. So we need to say, hey, we're going to have you guys, and we'll just do something like this. So you can see I already had connected it with a path, so it's all green. Anything that's green can be reached by this district. So we have wood collection, we have food collection, we have water collection. In that water collection, we're also going to say we're going to have a small tank, small little water tank. This is so our people can come and get water. They're going to take water from here, they're going to store it in here, and everything's going to be good. You can see we have some tooltips down here at the bottom, but we really don't need those. I've played this kind of often enough. So then the only other thing that we're going to need just to start off with are housing. So we have a lodge and a mirrored lodge, and then we do have a science building that we can use in order to unlock some of these bigger and kind of better buildings. Right now we just have a lodge. Where are we gonna put this trifecta here? So let's go, let's rotate this, and we're gonna go here. We can do a mirrored one, go here. That way so for these ones we can actually build on top, and that's really cool. It's kind of one of the perks of having this gameplay is we can eventually build stairs and build on top of these buildings. It's really cool. Alright, we're going to let that roll for right now. We're going to actually speed it up a lot. They're going to kind of wander around and not figure out what to do. And then they're going to slowly... So we've got the gatherer's hut kind of built. We got the lodge, the lumberjack. Ooh, let's speed this down just a little bit. We are going to want a place where they can store this wood. So currently they're going to go and drop it at the district site. But giving them a good kind of storage area... Right, so right now they're going to just come in here, they're going to chop some wood and bring it to wherever they need it because we have quite a few things that need to be built. But by giving them this log storage area, they can then just kind of take some logs instead of storing it in here. They're going to take them and store them in here, and it's going to be great. And currently we have quite a few idlers. We can actually come over here and... Why don't we just build one of those logging camps just right here on this side, so hopefully they can come over here and start chopping some of this down. So eventually it's going to get dark, and all beavers sleep at the dark. Sleep in dark times. There we go. So you can see we're all curled up, and they're going to sleep until the next day. Up here are some statistics. We have how much science points we have. This helps us unlock other things. We have food, how much wood we have, how much water we have. So now we're getting water. We can see the pump going, and once we get this built, you'll actually see this start filling up. So the lumberers are bringing the wood to the area, and then the other workers are bringing the wood into wherever it needs to go, so they can go build things. Now, we will use the district as a basic storage. You can see we have some berries in here just to start off with, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so now we can see we have the water tank going. It's going to slowly start filling up, and then we have the start of all the housing going. Alright, so we have, we need paths. I'm going to kind of do it this way. You can just rotate with the right mouse button. I'm doing it this way. I'm leaving a space because later when we go and get some other pathways and stuff, we're going to want a space there. Okay, now that we've kind of gotten our basic housing kind of situated, we're working on those. We're going to also want a science building, so then we can actually start getting some science going on. Now, because this has a whirligig on the top, we can't actually build anything on top of it. So usually I try to build it on top of something else, but right now we don't have that much infrastructure, so we don't have a lot of any other buildings. So we're just going to put that right next to there. Alright, you can see we're starting to chop down some trees. Trees will naturally just kind of regrow. You can kind of see we have some smaller ones, and they're going to take 12 days to get 2 pieces of wood. It's currently at 55%. And it's watered and alive. So, like I said, we're going to actually start having drought cycles here, and we're going to have to make sure we have enough water saved up for all of our people. All right, I'm going to throw a water container here because I want like 3 of these. I'm also going to want to start getting food going. So I'm going to put a food plot here, or this is the farmhouse, right? So we're going to build a farmhouse in order to start being able to have people work on crops. So we're going to plant crops. Carrots are the easiest. They don't need any other prep work. I honestly, sunflowers were added since the last time I've come in here, so I actually don't know what sunflowers do.